And we're live. It's episode 70 of the Love Doctor live stream. I'm here with the fantastic Foxy Lexxi as well as the amazing Wendy Bonbons. Look at them above me. Look at this. I'm not sure if it's just cloudy in here. It's like we got a soft smoke effect. No, is it just that steamy? I've steamed up my sunglasses already. There is. We can't
Yeah.
see. I can't see. But we're doing the show anyways. Welcome everybody who's watching. I see that people are tuning in. Say hello. Tell us where you're watching from. We want to get your questions. I gotta pour my drink. Like every time it catches me by surprise. I never have that my drink poured at this time. Let's just
Yeah.
just love that noise. Just there we are. This is Gin Torbay. This is not a paid sponsorship. Uh, I I just discovered that this Montreal distiller has a gin that has a smoky flavor. They are a whiskey distiller normally, but they're branching out into gin. So this is their Gin Torbay. And a little bit of the Fever Tree as well, just to make sure I have half decent tonic to go with the gin. Welcome everybody. Like I see that people are watching. Why is no one saying anything? Just hello. Welcome. We're here. We've got your questions all prepared. Is it everybody just is a little too hot, a little too tired to be typing? Is that the situation that we're in? We're at that point. We're at that point right now. Do you want to get this started? I have these two. I managed to not answer two questions during vaudeville. They came in like I didn't get them until after the last act had gone on, and I wasn't going to read questions afterwards. I don't know if I should do those questions or wait till we get into a lull just to see how many questions that we have coming in. What do you two think? If I just talked right over you and steamrolled at this point, this is jump in, don't chat. This is good. We're fun. Hi, how are you both doing?
I'm doing good.
Wendy Bonbons is doing good. Foxy Lexxi,
Doing also good. Thank you.
you're doing good. Have you been enjoying this weather?
Inside with AC? Yes, absolutely.
Oh, AC. Oh my goodness, AC is an amazing thing. I wish I wasn't such a luddite when it comes to that. I have a glass full of ice. That's what's chilling me down. So we're here. So Slanche,
You have
have
your
a
water?
drink. I have water handy just in case. But start with the gin. There we are. Cheers. And let's get onto that first question. Let's see what we have. We only have one question in so far, so we need to get some more questions in. And the first question, how do I bring that up? That's it. Do you find that the weather affects your libido? Can it actually be too hot for sexy time? So that's the first question. And Foxy, you are in the hot seat, so you get to answer that question. You who are spoiled with air conditioning.
Yes. So actually, it doesn't really affect me. And I actually create a lot of I'm super warm. I'm a super warm person. So maybe it's make it worse, but it doesn't change nothing. I'm always just too much.
Always too much. All right, Wendy.
I don't really mind the heat. I do find it can be overwhelming at times, but it can create a special sort of sticky moment if you are into that.
Which can be fun. I agree with that.
Mhm.
But currently, what is the temperature? Because you are in St. John's, Newfoundland right now. Is that correct?
I am. It's cold today, but cold is like 15 degrees, so I guess that's still hot for here. But it was actually like up to 30 for a lot of last week, and I was not having it, not used to it. I'm ready for layers. Definitely not down with all that heat.
I have to say I took a walk by the water today just to kind of cool down, because we are, I think we're well over 30 today. I just it's just everything is sort of draining. Even at this time of day, I think we're still close to 30. It is super hot, and I've got these two lights on in the studio, which are just making sure I'm baked. I mean, not in the fun as in I smoked something good baked, but I mean baked as in I'm being broiled. Like I'm being steamed in my own juices. So the question being, do you find the weather affects your libido? The desire is there, but the capability when everything is just sort of draining out and you're getting dehydrated, then it's a little too hot. So my answer to that is yes. Foxy Lexxi brand has air conditioning, and I've always said air conditioning should be an okay reason to cheat. Cheating is bad in general, but it's like you should be able to call your partner and say, look, I hope you understand, but they have air conditioning. You know, I know you might not be into people of the same gender as you, but there's air conditioning. You know, maybe we can make this happen. Just open up on that discussion. I mean, it's only cheating if you don't tell the person beforehand, but it's depends on the boundaries that you've set on the relationship. Foxy, I am very jealous of the air conditioning that you have, though I've never been a fan for a long time, being in air conditioning for a long time. I find it drying on the skin.
Yeah, you have to have something that's gonna balance
Mm.
everything. So, but like this past week, damn, I was happy. I was like going out. Nope, I'm getting it.
And for people in Montreal or not in Montreal, is it? For people in Montreal, I guess yes. This week coming up is going to be incredibly hot as well. So we'll find out. We'll find out. All right. Let's try the next question. Are we ready for the next question? It came in. Oh, we have. Sorry, we got a comment. Lusty Onyx is there. Hello, incredible, lovely, and gorgeous. Three of you. Oh, I'm being included in that. Look at that. There's
Hey,
like stars in the smile and the kisses and roses. All kinds of fun stuff. Welcome everybody. I see that there's a lot of people watching, but no one's been commenting. So make sure you drop a comment into the chat, and so we can say hello to you as well. So the next question we have. Oh, all right. This is going to be difficult because I'm still learning French. But the next question we have is pensez-vous que les applications d'échange linguistique sont un bon moyen de rencontre des gens?
mhm.
Is language exchange apps a good way to meet people? Is that correct for those who speak French?
Yes, it
All
is.
right. I've never met people through that way, but anything that has a shared interest. Oh, I'm in the hot seat, aren't I? So anything that allows you to have a shared interest with someone is a good way to meet people because if you're just basing it off of like swipe right or left just on the picture, of course it's going to be a bit more of a shallow connection. But if you're basing it off of whether or not you have shared interest, it's going to be hopefully has a chance to get a deeper connection. I'd never realized that other people use language apps as a dating app. I don't think Duolingo supports that, but that's one thing to look at. Foxy, what is your thoughts?
I totally agree on what you're saying, and I think everywhere could be a place. It's really like everything can happen. It's really depending on how things going on, and like you can go to the grocery and find someone. Actually, it's the classic, everyone knows. But yeah, actually, it could be a thing, and teaching someone how to speak your language and vice versa. Why not?
Sorry, just the way you said you find someone, I have to ask the question. Have you ever sort of accidentally run your grocery cart into someone or into someone else's cart to sort of get their attention so you could, apologize and start a conversation
That
or
would be great. I think I already like not accidentally because I that was obviously not an accident, but just to say like something cute to be like, hey, actually you look super awesome. I just want to say it to you. And you don't know what can happen. I actually always was in relationships, so I don't need to I didn't try nothing, but I can see how it could be.
how it could
But
be.
people sometimes really trying to wait on certain apps, certain circumstances, and sometimes it's not gonna happen that way because you're focusing on this one. Try.
Points taken. Wendy. Oh, actually, before we get to Wendy's answer, just Lucionyx is saying, "Oh, good job to me." Oh, sorry, sorry. Hi. There you are. It's all praise for me there. Good job on the Love Doctor with the lovely French accent. I think my accent wasn't French, but we'll see how it was. Wendy, your answer to the question.
I think all the good points have been hit. I think you two did a great job on that one already.
Oh, then perfect. Then we're ready to move on to the next question. And the next question that we have is it's a little bit odd. Hey, Love Doctor, missed you and the lovely ladies. If you were an ice cream flavor, what would you be? Love from Vermont. Is this Ben and Jerry's is contacting us at this point? This Ben and Jerry's asking us what our ice cream flavors would be. So let's start out. What would be the ice cream flavor for Wendy Bonbon?
Oh my God. I think the ice cream flavor would probably be Misty Moon. It's like a bubblegum ice cream with like little purple chunks in it.
Oh, nice.
I have to admit, Wendy, I would have thought it would have been cherry cheesecake or some other kind of cake flavored, just based off of your performances. But
well, the colors in Misty Moon just look way better.
because it's light blue with the purple and the yellow, if I remember Misty Moon properly.
Yes.
I don't know if they have that in Quebec, actually, but I don't know if that's an East Coast thing, like the far East Coast of Canada.
I get the special ice cream over here, guys.
That's true. If there's anyone in Montreal or other parts of the world that have heard of Misty Moon ice cream, I never remembered chunks in it. I remembered it was the three colors. That's all I remembered. Moon Mist ice cream or Misty Moon. What did you call it?
I thought it was Misty Moon. I could have sworn it was Misty Moon, but maybe I mixed it up and it was Moon Mist. You see, now I'm just going to have to go verify and get it after the show.
Exactly. Go get some ice cream as well. What would be my ice cream flavor? All right, it's not gonna be mint and chocolate together. I'm sorry. I just like those two things in combination. I like them individually, but I'm not gonna have them together. If I was to make an ice cream, I wonder if I could something green with a little bit of red in it, like strawberries inside, or strawberry mint ice cream. I'm not sure that would work well.
Pistachio is also green.
Oh, pistachio.
Mhm.
Pistachio with cherries. Pistachio with cherries. That would be the ice cream flavor. That is me. Thank you, Foxy, for the assist on that one.
I love ice cream. I love everything that's sweet. Sorry, I'm a sugar fiend.
This is not the panel. Then we are all. I think all of us have a thing for. All of us have sweet teeth. Sweet teeths, tooths, teeth, sweet teeth.
Like, I'm the French one, so teach me.
I don't speak all of English yet. I'm still learning new words. So all right. So what would be your flavor then?
Like chocolate and salty caramel, I think would be mine, because I'm sweet and salty.
Sweet and salty. The chocolate and salted caramel together. Oh, Vermont. Get on your friends Ben and Jerry and get us Actually, I do have a question because Foxy, you are well established. You're just to point out again, your Instagram is Foxy Lexxi Official on Instagram, so that is the official you. But Wendy Bonbons, you are cosmic.bonbons on Instagram. Would there be a different flavor for Wendy Bonbons compared to Cosmic Bonbons?
No.
I mean, Cosmic, I could see Moon Mist.
I'm going to be less exciting and say, no, they're all mixed together in there somehow.
All right. Yeah, you don't have to deal with people wondering which one of you is there. All right. We've run out of questions already. This is very strange. But I do have some questions that I didn't get answered last Wednesday at the Wiggle Room. They came to me after I had answered the last of the questions that I could while the last act was on. So I have these questions. So do you want to help me answer these questions here? So the first question I have here is, how frequently is it best to have sex at each decade I'm alive? Example, in the 20s, 30s, and 40s. Foxy, you have the question first. You're in the hot seat.
That's a special one because it's depend on everyone. Because you have some people that really have a high libido, and some people don't have that high. Um, Actually, like it is supposed to be like per week, per month, per year, per 10 years.
If you put it whatever the schedule is for, and it has to be, I guess, fit for that decade. The way the question is written is, how frequently is it best to have sex for each decade I'm alive? Example, the
Wow.
20s, the 30s, the 40s.
I'm gonna let you answer this one because my answer is probably is gonna be totally different. I'm in relationships, so I'm like, whatever you feel like it.
I think that's a pretty good answer. And Wendy.
Oh my God, whenever the hell you want. I don't think there's any like specific recommended number. Um, so maybe you're in your like 1 year in your 20s or 1 year in your 40s, you're really getting her going and you're really enjoying people's company. Or maybe you were spending the whole year loving yourself and fucking yourself all year. Who cares? Like it's up to you and what you want and what your body wants and what life brings to you.
Right. That's a good one.
Boom. I think both of those are good answers. By the way, the Slido is below. If you want to ask your questions anonymously, you can use the Slido that is below there, or you can you can actually just ask if you don't want to be anonymous. You can ask your questions in chat. We need some new questions at this point in time. Also want to say hello to anyone who's watching who started listening to the Love Doctor audio podcast, which is a replay of the previous week. So this is your chance to actually interact rather than just listen to the questions. You can tune in here at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So the question being is, how frequently is it best to have sex in each decade I'm alive? I'm going to give the same answer for every decade you're alive. A little less than you wanted. Just a little less. Like you still get in as much as you want, but you're going to be grateful for having a good sexual partner. Because you don't want to treat your partner as blasé or, well, it's that time of the day or the week or the month yet. This is when it's happening. No, you want to be at that point. You want to be thankful that you have a wonderful partner or partners that you can be sharing sex with, and you want to be enjoying that moment with them, and to take that and appreciate them for the gift that they are sharing with you. I think that is my answer to that question. Does that make sense? Are we sparking any conversation on that?
Makes sense. I like
Makes
it.
sense.
It's true. You do need to be grateful. It's a gift.
It's actually a gift. That's why I'm so picky. Hello.
It is. That's fair. That is very fair.
Boom. We have a new question that's come in via the Slido, so please keep your questions coming. We're ready for the next question at this point. Everybody answered that one, did they? Yes, they did. Our next question is, my girlfriend never wants to sleep over. We have amazing sex, but she never wants to spend the night. Is that a bad thing? I'll have that. I guess I'll have that first. If you're okay with it, it's not a bad thing. If it's what they want, then it's what they want, and that's fine. Personally, I enjoy the intimacy of being able to spend the night sleeping beside the person that I'm sharing such an intimate connection with. For me, that's kind of important for relationship growth. But not everyone views it the way I do. So you just need to communicate with them how you feel about it. And if that is a deal breaker on the relationship, then it's a deal breaker on the relationship. But the thing is too, some people are not comfortable sleeping beside other people. Some people are not comfortable. Maybe they don't like your neighborhood and they don't want to be there in the morning, or they find that your bed is lumpy. And it's a lumpy bed could be fun to have fun on, but it's not necessarily fun to spend the entire night on. So find out the reason, communicate with your partner, and here you go. Foxy, your answer.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The only thing I could add is I know a lot of people that don't really like to slip over somewhere else. They build something for their own, and they really love the environment where they're living. So they really love and feel more comfortable to sleep at home. And sometimes they just like it's the relationship. I don't know how long they've been together, but sometimes it's just like it takes a time just to feel more comfortable to wake up in someone else's life. So, like, it could be a lot of things, but as you said, it's really something that needs to be discussed, and the answer is going to really change everything.
Boom. I think well said. Wendy.
Yeah, I agree. It's I really like the point of saying like waking up in someone else's space or world. It's sometimes it can be like a factor of like the neighborhood, or maybe it's just sharing that part of the intimacy is a little bit harder. For some people, maybe easier to be physical than be, emotional there in the morning and have to deal with any small talk that might come up, or like, do we get breakfast? Do I leave now? Sometimes it's just more comfortable to kind of end it after you're fun and spend the time longing to build to that.
All good points. I you know what? Here's some things. I just like doing a number two in someone else's washroom.
Oh my god!
All right, that could be a reason. I've also my shower has very good pressure, and I hate being in a place where it's just dribbling. I'd like having high pressure.
To shower.
Oh yeah, just it's like, do I have to run around to get wet? Is that
For the toilet, for the number two, I get the VA poop. It's the best thing ever.
the what? Sorry.
The VA poop. Like
That
when you
is
go somewhere,
amazing.
you know that, right? When you got this little bottle, you spray it in the ball, and you do what you had to do, and you get out. Nobody gonna know. They won't know.
It's true.
All right, it's yeah, I don't know. I've never stuffed anyone's clogged anyone's toilet, but I mean that's the nightmare, is it not? In like so many different movies. There we
Right.
go. We tear gas is saying hello. Hello, tear gas. I'm glad I'm not sharing a room with you. I guess tear gas is kind of apt that we got that after we just talked about number two and smells in the bathroom. Just a little bit of water coming down from your eyes at that point. If you have any questions about love, sex, and relationships, we're going to be answering them here and now. We do have another question. I'm actually going to ask to go last on this one. And the question that we have is any opinions on OnlyFans new rules? Any opinions on OnlyFans new rules? So Wendy, you have that one first.
Oh goodness. I think that it's a little classic that a platform was built on people who are working hard to build themselves and share themselves, sometimes intimately through like their music, their body, whatever have you. I think it's pretty shitty for a website to turn around and turn their backs on those people. As somebody who also fed themselves during the pandemic with an OnlyFans platform, I think it's really hurtful to think that you'd have something taken away from you so quickly with so little notice about the changing rules. It came about really suddenly. And for anybody who has followed the policies that they're posting on their site, you have to have any content that is not following their new policies down by December 1st. Which again, if you're building clientele on a platform, if you're creating safe work for yourself, that's a very short amount of time to get your shit together and make sure you're secure, or make sure you have a different place for people to follow you, stuff like that. So I have that's as much as my opinion I'm going to share. But I think it's hurting a lot of people.
Boom, Foxy.
Yeah, actually, was Bonbon saying, but like it's not even clear. That's the thing. They made it super like blurry at one point. I see girls sending message to them, and they answer, "No, this is not what we say. We're saying this, blah blah blah." But this since this, and you're like, "But what do you say is crossing each other, and everything look like so blurry?" So you say we can't, but if you do this that way, it could work. But so everything is like so blurred, and you really feel like they they were like they use the fact that they have a lot of new subscribers, a lot of new um, clientele, and then they have the big ones that now want to own the platform and they want to make more money, and they just throw everyone away and be like, so now we're gonna be mainstream or trying to be. I know they're trying to say that they want to fight the I don't know how we say this in English, but the juvenile pornography, if
Okay.
it's the right, like they're saying different things maybe to back up the decision, and I'm like, yeah, nah, we saw this coming, and this sucks a lot. For me, it doesn't really affect me the way they place the rules, but I don't really think about me right now. I'm thinking a lot of my friends that was like laying on this platform, and they just like blow one
Mm.
day.
I think that is a good answer. If I was to say anything, the same movement, the same impetus behind this, apparently it's the credit card companies and the banks are the ones that they're blaming, are saying, demanding that they make this change. But at the same time, the banks and the credit card companies caused the huge change in Pornhub at the beginning of summer, which got rid of so much of the cringy style of porn, and the porn that was you had to verify the artists that were involved, so it couldn't be you couldn't be doing porn of somebody that you recorded secretly, etc. This is one of the things that they forced Pornhub to get rid of. Whereas in OnlyFans, it's supposed to be it's the artist owned and created work, and sex work is work, and the idea that they're going around and changing it, I think OnlyFans is possibly going to find that they are going to be stricken financially with a loss of business if people are not going to go there. I don't know if it means that they will reverse what they've done, or if they're going to be happier with less income in general, or it could just kind of go away. I did do a quick search though. There are a number of OnlyFans type services. So if you want to speak up, if you've heard any of these, there's one called Friends Only. So these are
Mm-hmm.
alternatives for artists who want to do that. So it has the advantages that it has a promote algorithm. It's adult friendly platform. Among the disadvantages, it says there's only one way to withdraw any owed money. There's Fan Central, which is various content sharing methods. It's also extremely adult friendly. Has customer service available. Disadvantages being it's has excellent awards, though not the highest. Excellent rewards, sorry. There's Just for Fans, which is immensely adult friendly. You get 70% payouts, and sales are compensated weekly, so that's their payout structure. Disadvantages is payouts are less and restricted. Users criticize the website's cumbersome and problematic as problematic to use. So as cumbersome and problematic to use. So that's another option. Many Vids offers various options for compensating for your content. It's highly adult friendly. Comes up with specially designed programs such as MTV Crush Club or MTV Live. I don't. Can they call that MTV? Is that maybe I might be reading that incorrectly because I'm wearing sunglasses inside at night. So there's a chance. So many vids is there. Disadvantages is multiple compensations for multiple activities. Payments are made only twice a month. Loyalfans.com extremely user-friendly with a plethora of onboarding tools and influencer education opportunities available to creators. There's also a referral program, and it's a well-maintained website, with the disadvantages being fewer options and tools are available for content sharing and selling, though. And there is a twice monthly payout. That's how that works. There's modelhub.com, which it provides heavy traffic, multiple options and tools for marketing and earning good revenue. The model referral program pays you a one-time fee of $50 for each model that you suggest. So if you have friends who are in the business and you get them to sign up, you get paid as well. But they have more limited payouts, and payments are made only once a month. So those are 6 different examples or alternatives to OnlyFans. Do either of you have any comments, or do you know or recommend any that weren't listed on that website?
I know some of them, but I didn't try them.
You haven't tried them out. All right.
No.
Do you know any that weren't mentioned, or do you know of any problem with any of those that I did mention?
I actually like everyone trying Patron, but Patreon. Yes, I
Patreon.
could say Patreon. But it's a bit like OnlyFans because they said yes to nudity, but no. They
No,
like
no to sexual content.
yeah, but it's like blurred.
Yeah.
So I do not recommend if you're quitting OnlyFans. Patreon is not going to be like
Any better.
yeah, not for that kind of content.
All right. Are we ready for the next
Yeah.
question then? And by the way, please get your questions in. We only have a few questions currently in the queue.
Let's go, guys. Don't be shy.
We've got some in the other area. Let's bring up the ones in the other area first, as they're there. First question is here: do you believe remembering to take birth control pills should be the sole responsibility of the woman, or a shared responsibility? I'm in the hot seat, and boy, am I in the hot seat as the male answering it. I don't believe it should be solely the responsibility of the woman, but at the same time, you don't want to be that asshole who keeps on checking. Did you take your pill? Did you take your pill? This is the hour that you should be taking your pill. Make sure you take your pill, because then it's gonna create an unfriendly feeling between you and your partner. What's your thoughts, Wendy?
I think that working together to create a system is a great idea, but I don't necessarily think that it's a good, like you said, a good idea to be hounding your partner. Maybe find, like, if you notice your partner isn't remembering to take it, helping them find a better effective system, setting an alarm on, helping set an alarm on their phone, or like checking before you go to sleep if they take it at nighttime. But definitely don't hound somebody.
Yeah, that's never good for a relationship, hounding your partner. Foxy.
Yeah, you said it. You said that I would think about it.
Boom. All right. Our next question that we have is for the guests, where do you buy your wonderful clothes? Foxy, I love your choker.
Oh,
So,
thank you. Actually, it's a gift, and from one of my slaves. So I really love gifts, and I buy my clothes, my usual clothes, like street clothes, everywhere online. Fashion Nova is actually my pet peeve. It's not a good place to shop, but actually I do. I'm guilty
where
of
was
it.
it? Your voice went very quiet for a moment.
Fashion Nova is actually a place that I shop online. It's not a good place to shop, but it's actually a good place to shop. But for my costume, it's always custom made, and I love gifts. Gifts. I love lingerie.
Boom.
If someone
So
get it,
at Foxy Lexxi Official on Instagram is one way to find you. I was officially excluded from this question, because the question, just to read it again, is for the guests, where do you buy your wonderful clothes? So I'm not allowed to answer this question, and that means Wendy, you get to answer this question next.
Oh, I honestly am a big thrifter. Even for parts of like my costumes when I'm performing, I like getting a base that I can work up from. Um, yeah, for my everyday clothes, I'm a really big fan of thrifting. You never know what you can find. You can kind of make a fun, crazy wardrobe without the influence of the store around you. Maybe the people, thrift people are great people to get inspiration from for your clothing. But yeah, I love thrifting's a good time.
All right. Is this when we break into Macklemore at this point? Is that a little bit of the thrift shop? No. All right.
I love that. I got my pin there, actually. One of.
Oh, what, can you hold that pin a little closer to the camera?
Eh, eh.
There, let me just one moment. I'm gonna put you in the big window. Or that would also, that probably is going to help our viewership. By the way, if you've not hit like now. Make sure that you've hit like. Is it grapes? What?
Yes, it's grapes, and I get a banana. I get strawberries. I love fruits, and I love just the way it looks, the colors in it. So I just grab a couple of those. It wasn't super expensive, but it's so cute, and why not?
It adds a little bit of color to your outfit.
Right?
Exactly, and those grapes are sort of, they match the choker as well.
Right. You've
So
seen it all in the lipstick and thing. Oh, details. It's the details.
there we are. The next question that we have is, what's the difference between PDA and exhibitionism? What's the difference between PDA and exhibitionism? Foxy, you're in the hot seat. PDA is the English term for public displays of affection.
So can you reread the question for me, please?
What is the difference between PDA, or public displays of affection, and
Mm-hmm.
exhibitionism?
Okay. Actually, it's for me. It's totally different because public, like display affection, it would be like me kissing my boyfriend and blah blah blah, getting it all over, but not doing nothing intense. But exhibitionist would be like me flashing my boobs and just like being yes. I don't know. This is would be for me. I don't know if I'm right, but this is there's a level. I think it's the level of what you're showing because some people maybe the way of thinking of public display affection would be something more than just really intense kissing, right? But for me,
Mm.
that would be it. Exhibitionist would be me when I'm performing. This is what I'm doing.
Boom. I think that those are good answers. Wendy.
I agree. I think that it's more exposing when you're an exhibitionist, and it's more of like a a fetish, or it can be a kink for somebody. Um, yes, no, sorry, more of a fetish, and yeah, very much so. Your public displays of affection. I'm not into PDA very much. You know, I don't. For me, even holding hands sometimes is, like pretty public. It depends on your level. No shaming for anyone's comfort levels. Um, but yeah, being an exhibitionist is very much so more exposing, more intentional in my mind, than the subtlety of being with somebody in a loving way or in like a intimate way in public.
I think that is a good answer. Uh, I think both of you kind of covered it very well. There's different people take it different ways though. Like PDA hand holding is pretty safe. I have actually had somebody yell at me angrily in Ottawa, Canada, when I stopped on a street corner and kissed my partner at the time. It was a nice kiss. It was a deep kiss, but a car went by honking the horn, and they angrily yelled out, "Get a room!" Uh,
Jealousy.
yeah, exactly. I don't know what made them so unhappy. There are certain cultures that sort of restrict PDAs as well, and so it depends on kind of where you are. North America, PDA in general, like a kiss in public, hand holding in public. I dislike people who are homophobic, as in they don't care if opposite gendered couples are holding hands, but then they get upset if same gender do. Fuck you. You're all right.
Yes.
You need to understand that people are people, and love is love. Let those things sit in. Exhibitionism is something that should only be really done. Again, yeah, it was said so perfectly. It's about the intensity. Exhibitionism, you should also make sure that there are no minors around, because they don't need to be exposed to it before they are ready to comprehend and understand how to do that, what that totally means. So those are things. And again, actually, here's a question. I'm going to put this question to you who are watching, as well as my two partners here, my two guests. Nudism. Would you consider a nudist lifestyle? Do you consider that exhibitionism, because they try to promote themselves as it being healthy, as sort of experiencing nature and the sun and the wind and the environment on your skin, as originally intended. What are your thoughts on nudism? Who wants to take that one first? Do we get a hand going up?
I'll do it.
All right. Wendy's taking that
thanks.
one first.
I don't really think that nudism and being an exhibitionist would kind of cross over in my mind, because it's more of, yes, being an exhibitionist is very much so a lifestyle choice for yourself, but I think that it's very much so moments, not your entirety of your life. And if you're exploring being a part of a nudist colony or living that type of lifestyle, and I don't really think it comes into the same play in my mind. It doesn't come into the same play as what you're intentionally doing or being an exhibitionist for.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think, at least.
I think that's a great answer. Foxy, do you have anything to add to that?
Maybe for me, maybe I'm wrong, but when I think about exhibitionist, it's probably more about sexual thing, and notice is more like a lifestyle, more like a way of thinking and the way you want to. I don't know. This is probably just me. I don't know, but this is the way I see it.
Boom. I think that is a good answer as well. Exhibitionism is an ism, so that makes it a sexual thing to be, and nudism is also an ism, isn't it? But the nudist lifestyle is it's a lifestyle. It's not meant to be sexual until it is, because there are people in the nudist lifestyle who enjoy sex, and that's human. So the thing is, it all comes down to intent, I guess. If anyone out there has any comments on the difference between nudism and exhibitionism, please let us know. And we have another question is waiting here. Let me just bring it up. The next question is that accent. Love Doctor could read the phone book and it would turn me on. Which accents turn you on? I gotta start reading the phone book, apparently.
I don't know. I think a Spanish accent really does it for me. I feel like a lot of people really like the Newfie accent from around here. I hate it. And I can never really get down with thinking the French accent is like super attractive because half my family's French and it feels homey. I can't do it. So, and I feel like I don't have much experience around the Spanish culture. So that kind of like is mysterious to me, you know? Just a little bit of like something exotic and away from me in Newfoundland.
The exotic.
That's what I'm going to call it, yeah.
A good English and Spanish, Italian. It's always was something that really turned me on. Actually,
I'd have to say, when it comes to accents, I know that people react to my voice fairly well, and it has been suggested that I have an audio. Do an audio Pornhub where I get to read erotica to people so they can hear me talk about lovely things and caresses, etc. But what accents? You know what? I think anyone who's putting are mindful in trying to sound sexy can sound sexy with whatever accent they naturally have. Like there's people who will make a difference between a French accent and a Quebecois accent, and saying one is sexier than the other. But I have heard people from France speak in a very unsexy manner, and I've
Yeah.
heard Quebecois people speak in a very sexy manner. And so it's not so much the accent. Granted, the accent adds something to it. It's the difference in the exotic, but it is more so the intent of how the person is speaking and how they focus. If you have somebody who focuses directly on you, somebody who does that breathy talk and can just
Mhm.
make you feel that you are special, it doesn't matter what accent they have, because they are delivering that to you. They are focusing on you. And that's the little thing that traces down the back of your neck.
Ooh, the tone.
There it is. The tone. The tone it is. Because there's the time that the Irish accent is completely unsexy. Very unsexy.
A lot of people talking about the Australian accent.
Oh, yeah. Which, if you're ever in a bar fight, is the worst accent to hear. Just to say, the Australian accent. I mean, of course, it can be sexy at times, but no.
No.
There was a Canadian comedian. I don't know. Well, okay, it's listed for adults. There's a Canadian comedian by the name of JJ Whitehead who's fairly big in the UK. And Jason John Whitehead, sorry, and he has a story about the first time he went to Australia, and he was stuck in traffic. They picked him up at the airport, and he was on his way to the venue, and they were stuck in traffic, and he had the window open, and a guy was walking along and tripped and fell, and so he laughed because somebody fell. It's a little bit funny. The guy seemed to be okay. And then the guy got up and said something to him, and a trigger warning on this, on the verbiage, what this person said to him. But as Jason John Whitehead explains, it is the first time that he had felt both scared and questioning his own gender. Because the person looked in the car and said to him, "There's shut your hole or I'll punch you in the cunt," which in an Australian accent is still not sexy. So just to point out again, it comes down to the intent and tone. So I dropped a big word there. I hope no one is offended by that. If you are, please put it in the chat that you're offended, and we will address it further. We are out of questions currently, but we still have one of the other questions from the that came up from the Wiggle Room, the Vaudeville variety show. So we have one more question there, and then unless we get some more questions into the chat, we will. I'm not sure. We'll probably just end up with wrapping up what people have coming up. So this is the next question card. Let me just try to read that with the sunglasses on. Who's better at using their tongue between the French and the English, francophones or anglophones? Who's better at using their tongue? I don't think they're talking about speaking. So, who's better at using their tongue? I believe, Foxy, you're looking confused. I think it's an oral sex question.
I know.
All right. I would say neither. Neither is better at using their tongue, because it all comes down again to intent and want and desire. So, Wendy, your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think either is better. I think it depends on the people. It depends on the people. Some people are really bad with tongues. Some people don't like tongues.
Boom. Foxy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If I would be funny, I would say French, because French is so complicated. So we need to work our tongue. But actually, it's depend on the person. Totally.
So, all right. Well, the answer on that one is basically, I think we just called somebody racist. Or linguist? Is it linguist? No, they're not a linguist. Somebody who is hating on people depending on what language they speak. There's enough divisions in the world. We don't need that at all. So here I'm going to go with that. Oh, we just got a question that's just popped in, but I'm just going to say it's all about the intent. It's somebody who wants to do the best for their partner. They want to see their partner enjoy themselves, and it doesn't matter what language they speak. They could be mute. They will be doing the things that are wonderful. By the way, the strongest muscle per cubic inch in the human body is the tongue. And I actually, due to a dental accident, have paralyzed part of my tongue for an extended period of time, for several years. And I still don't have full control or full flavor, but I still get no complaints when I go down. Just saying. Just saying. It's gonna say. Just okay. All right. I guess I should probably ask the question because we're getting all kind of awkward here. Just, all right. Let's go with all right. Okay. Question has come up. This is a serious question. My daughter, who's 2, dropped her first F-bomb. I don't want to point fingers, but it's just me, my daughter, and my partner living here. She is a wonderful lady, but I'm afraid my daughter is picking up her language skills from her while I am working. What do I do? Foxy, you have that. You understand, you know the term, the F-bomb? All right.
The fuck?
Yeah, say fuck, yes.
I'm like, can I?
Yeah, sorry. We can. I said the C word earlier, and I don't mean cold.
Right.
So, my daughter, who is 2, I think the 2 in brackets means that they are 2 years old, dropped their first F-bomb.
Obviously, it's a kid. It's sponge. They're gonna say things that they hear at home, outside, at the garden. Like, it's gonna happen. The thing is, you have to talk. I don't want to say you have to. It's the thing that I did. It was just saying that's not a good word. Because they're gonna hear it all their life, even it's not at home. So if you just get mad, it's not gonna make any sense for her. She's just gonna get scared. But just say it's not a good word. Choose something else. And actually, what you can do, you cannot control it. So it's the only way you can do it. Because actually, I laughed. The first time I was like, but you're just like, no. But you want to laugh, actually. But yeah, it's the father. If the father actually do a lot of F slip word, he probably should check his language when the kids is around.
I believe actually, well, we don't know the dynamics of the family, but
Right.
they mentioned that their partner, and they described their partner as a wonderful lady. So
Oh,
it could be 2 women raising the child,
right,
or it could
actually.
be the husband is the one that wrote the question.
Right. But actually, either ways, the person that actually maybe saying more often that kind of word, it's really like for me, it's even my friends, my family need to check up their language when my daughter's around. It's like you're gonna have a dirty look if I hear something. Just saying.
I would have to say it's also key is the reaction that has happened. If you make a big production over the fact that the child has said fuck or whatever the word, because there are other bad F words as well. There's some that I consider to be far worse. If you make a big production out of it, then they are going to remember that word more often, and they are going to do that word. I ascribe to old punk, the old thought of old punk music, that swearing is a symptom of a poor vocabulary, because the F word can be both an adjective and an adverb, a noun, and a verb.
Right.
It can fill into anything, into a sentence. So to
It's
say,
actually a verb.
yeah, a fucking fuck that fucking fuck over this fuck thing,
Right.
or that fucking fucked over that fuck. These are things. Oh, look at the sorry.
Such an appropriate cup. Ah!
Look at that! Look at that cup.
I'm sorry.
I need to
At the same time, I'm going to also state though that do not automatically blame your partner, because there's so much television and movies, etc. That I doubt that you might be the only two people that are in your 2-year-old's life, but there is media that's coming in all over the place. It's going to happen. Don't make a big production out of it, and uh, yeah,
because
take
they're
the time. If it becomes a common word, then kind of explain to them that anytime that you swear, um, if you want to swear for impact, it's going to have less impact if you use it all the time. And that's one of the key things for me, is I only swear when I absolutely need and mean it to. Fuck.
right.
So Wendy.
I think you two covered pretty much everything. Like you're gonna teach a child how to interact with things in your home, but you can't control the outside environment. So control what you can, explain to them the way you can until somebody else says something.
Because they're gonna have worse for it. This is maybe not the worst. I'm telling you, it's not the worst.
I dropped a word earlier that I know a lot of people get upset with, but I don't consider it to be a bad word because I think it's a wonderful thing.
Right?
I can't use it as an insult because it's something that I truly love. So examples, and it's ranking it in the word. Words are just words. What actually hurts people is the intent and how it's used.
Right.
And I think that's the key thing. And yeah, save the swear words until they have the impact that you actually need. So that's the Love Doctor's Guide to Swearing. Just put out there. Did anyone have any final thoughts on that fucking 2-year-old? All right, that potty mouth 2-year-old fuck. All right, we're gonna move on to the next question because more questions have come in. Dear Love Doctor, I found 6 of my shirts at my lady's place. How does she keep stealing them without me knowing? All right, Foxy's looking guilty on this one. Wendy, what's your thoughts?
As somebody who frequently borrows my girlfriend's clothes.
Long term.
Yes, I hear you. I hear you. As someone who borrows it, I think, it's just a matter of you not paying attention to your shirts. If you wanted to wear them every day, you would have them and they wouldn't go missing. I'm just saying.
I love the half guilty pleading looks that you were doing to your left at your wonderful partner, whose name I won't mention without permission on screen.
We're okay.
You're okay. All right, Foxy.
Like, totally the same. I'm like, actually, you didn't pay attention to it. Like, I was wearing it and I left with it on. So you just don't remember it, and I keep it. If you don't need it, and I always said it's just because it's a piece of you.
Oh.
It's kind of cute.
Why did you wait for it to be clean first?
Actually, when you give it to me, it's supposed to be clean first.
Yes.
And you put your perfume on it, and you give it to me. Well, actually, I'm just saying I'm leaving with it, and he was in the shower. So if you didn't listen, if you didn't hear it, it's not on me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I have actually lost clothing from the dirty laundry basket because it had my scent on it.
Right?
So they keep stealing it because they want to remain close, and that's how they're doing it. And whether or not it's stolen or borrowed is the question. You should be asking for it to be, ask for it back if that's not a thing. If you're sharing a closet with your partner, then it's not really that much of a problem. But if you do have multiple residences between between you, then do a quick count check. Where did that shirt go? Oh, I should contact them up.
Right.
And let's face it, I think everybody will agree that their partner looks better in their clothes than they themselves do.
Yeah.
Sadly. He wore my pasties last night. It was so great on him.
Oh, is that a photo shoot that's gonna come up that we'll see on Foxy Lexxi official on Instagram?
Why not? If I said to him like people want to see it, maybe he will.
Boom. Just a gender swap wardrobe
Right?
for a photo shoot.
That would be so cool.
There we go.
I have big boobs though, so I can't. I don't know how you're gonna fill this cup.
All right. I need to cough, but I should bring up the next question. Next question that we have, we've got some questions have come in. Oh, this may be the last question then. Kissing in the rain, yay or nay? Yes, kissing in the rain. Depends though. If you're talking like a March rain where it's freezing rain, not so much. But I only discovered something here in Montreal that I've never experienced before. Rain that comes down warm.
Ugh.
Like the rain can rain
What?
here and it's warm. I just
That's not a good thing.
it's not. Look, there was no one above us. Nothing like that was happening. I'm just saying, the weather was warm. Kissing, just feeling it come in. You know, it's almost like kissing in the shower sort of thing, and I think it's delightful. Kissing in the rain, I think, is a wonderful thing. It's a beautiful thing. You see it in so many romantic movies. Maybe I've been influenced. Wendy, your thoughts?
I don't know
Obviously,
why. I'm in Newfoundland, so I'm thinking about kissing in the rain, and it flies sideways at your face. So like, I'm gonna say nay. Get the hell inside. Get warm, and then start kissing. Protect yourselves. I don't know. Like, damn.
boom. That's a very regional answer.
So I'm gonna be the funny one. It depends. It depends on my hair of the day. It's depend on my plan of the day. So on my makeup of the day. Did I have makeup on or not? But no, not for real. It happened to me twice and totally it's a yes. If the person really control the situation and it makes you feel comfortable. And it's like it just happened. You don't have to force it. You don't have to copy some scene you saw in the movies. It just happened. If you don't feel it, you don't feel it. You want to get inside, go inside. Like, actually, but I'm like, we actually played soccer under the rain, and he kissed me, and everything was perfect, and I didn't even care about my hair at that point. But the other that would be like, it's raining, I'm out. So.
Everything is conditional. Let's face it. I mean, if it's not the right person, then
Right.
you know, why am I getting wet to kiss this person? I mean,
Job.
and depending on your gender, why am I kissing this person, not getting wet in the wrong way?
Right. I don't want to be wet all over my body. I want to be wet from inside.
Boom. We have another question to get to before we are done, but I want to ask, Foxy, do you have anything coming up that you want mentioned? You want to inform people to check out?
Oh, actually, yes. Like I finally said yes to performing. I'm gonna be performing at the Wiggle Room on the weekend, 23, 24th, and 25th. Yes, that's how I said it. Good. And September. So this is my next date, and so please, that would be so cool. And actually, do it quick because everyone knows how fast the
The Wiggle
tickets
Room is selling out
are.
all the shows so quickly, so please do.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a
Uh,
super hot lineup, so don't miss it out.
and I believe the eight-year anniversary show is already sold out, and that's at the beginning of September. So
Right?
please check those out. Wendy, do you have anything that you want to mention?
Other than wanting to be at the Wiggle Room so bad, those shows. um, I have the Cosmic show coming up on Sunday, and I have a local burlesque teacher and fantastic idol performing on the show. I'm very excited to have them. It's a secret though, so you have to tune in on the show to find out who they are. But it's happening on Sunday evening, and you can tune into my Instagram for the details.
So that's at cosmic.bonbons on Instagram. And of course, Foxy, you'll be giving out notices on your Instagram of your performance schedule. I do want to point out this vaudeville, our two monarchs, comedian Randy Comey and Wild Delilah, are going to be performing this week. The number one monarch of the mountain, Moonshine Sunshine, is not able to perform this Wednesday, so they won't be there. We had a tie, that's why we had three. But we do have comedians Sean Stenhouse. Randy Comey is returning. We have the improvisational musician slash improvisational composer, that's what he calls himself. Jad Chamey will be there. Misty Portugal is going to be performing burlesque. And we also have Rosan V. Flavie Hamill will be our other musical guest. So that is coming up live this Wednesday. Actually, the tickets might be sold out, but please just double check. And the day of, we sometimes are able to find single seats available at the bar for people on occasion. So keep hounding to try to find out, or buy a couple of weeks in advance, because vaudeville, it's always a good show. We have 2 questions to get to before we are done. People are keeping the questions in. I found out R.E. Dated is an anti-vaxxer. This information is new to me. I love them, but I am conflicted. Can I give him the ultimatum to get a shot or make tracks? Foxy, what is your thoughts on this?
It's actually not even a debate for me. It's like, it's your choice. It's like, wow, it's a lot. But nah, for me, it's just like, it's supposed to be a conversation, actually. So like, what's your point, and do you plan on never doing it, and why? And you should state your position on that, and the people gonna answer, and the person gonna answer what you want, and accordingly, what what are your position on it, you should make a choice, I think. Sorry for my English. Sometimes I'm just like, but you get it.
I think I understand. Wendy, what is your thoughts on that?
I agree. Have a conversation, but don't compromise your opinions and what you believe for a person in a moment. If the person that you're with doesn't have the same ultimate ideas, like, you can have a conversation about that. And if you have a difference of opinions and it's strong enough to separate you, then that's what it is. You kind of just have to respect that, and people are entitled to their opinions, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be around them with them.
I'm going to take a slightly different tact than both of you. People who are anti-vaxxers, I think, are dangerous. I do believe you were right in saying that you need to have a conversation with them, ask them why, and then listen to the reasons. There's the common anti-vax things are, well, you don't know what's in it. But no, they did studies, but the studies were rushed. Actually, the studies weren't rushed. What was rushed was the red tape. Rather than the fact to finish one study and then do the next study, they did all the different studies at the same time, because it's a pandemic that is killing millions of people. Right? Oh, but it's got 5G. You're going to become magnetic or anything out of that. So science is not with you on that one, and then you got to find out whether or not they're anti-science. You need to find out the reason why. Have the conversations with them. Oh, it's not FDA approved. Well, all right, they're only approved on a provisional basis. Well, the U.S. FDA has finally approved for full use the Pfizer, and the other ones are going to be shortly behind it, because it's just the approval process is, again, more red tape. That's all it has been in getting it done. Our vaccines, having everybody vaccinated, is a safety measure for everyone. I have lost friends. I've had friends lose limbs. I have a musician friend who lost 30% of their lung capacity. And it is necessary that we stop the spread of COVID and also stop the chance for it to create more variants. We have the Delta variant now because the more people who get it, it has the more chance to mutate, become a new variant. And already with the Delta variant, people who are vaccinated can become carriers. Yes, we can have COVID and have less symptoms, but that's only because there are people out there who have not been vaccinated who are making it dangerous for others. So it might not be you that gets deathly ill because you're vaccinated, but it could be somebody that you know who is more vulnerable, that because this person is willing to be a petri dish for a more virulent strain of COVID, that somebody else will die. And I don't think it's a matter of opinion. We're dealing with facts at this point. Too many people have died on this planet because of that. So yes, I saw a street preacher today who was saying COVID is a lie, the vaccine is fake, with this placard over his head. These people are putting your friends and family in danger. Most of these people can be brought around if you talk to them and talk to them reasonably. Just cutting them off is just going to make them go into their own camp and make them hear their own echo chamber stuff come back. Engage with them, be polite, but understand that what they're doing is highly dangerous for everyone in our society. Sorry, did I get a little heavy? Slanche, have a drink. I also get a big kick out of the people that say, oh, they're anti-vax, but then they'll buy drugs from somebody in the park and do those drugs and not care what was in those. Right? Talk about what's concerned, what's in the vaccine, and then they're doing cocaine in some bathroom somewhere with somebody whose last name they don't know. So please, don't be an idiot. Get your vaccine. There are some people who are allergic to a lot of the stuff that goes in vaccines. Over 95% of everything that's in the COVID vaccine is in every other vaccine. Polio has been pretty much removed from this planet thanks to it. Right? There's so many, the Spanish flu. There was a vaccine there. There's so many things that we are vaccinated with. We've had vaccination passports all around this world for education for 50 plus years. Kids getting the mumps vaccine, you go to school. These vaccines are normal. Anyone who's telling you that it's not normal is somebody who's listening to too much of the wrong stuff. Both of you are being very silent with me right now, but I do hope that I've made a positive impression with people. No more comments coming in. Feeling awkward. All right, hopefully the next question we have is silly, so we can answer silly. Can we normalize queefing during sex? Yes. I'm proud to admit it. I do it. Don't like it. Get off of me. There we go. First off, answer to that is, yeah, let's normalize queefing. Queefing is a normal thing. I've actually had a partner quistle. So if you don't know what quisling is, I might have to explain that later. But queefing is normal. It's a beautiful thing. It's a nice, you just do like a long, slow thrust in, and you hear that air escaping around your penis, just a little, that's a beautiful sound. Sorry, as a man, I appreciate it. Foxy.
Like, I hate when someone feel someone else uncomfortable by something that you can't control. It's like, actually, it's not a. I hate when you feel like, I need to say it's not a fart. I need to say it's not, like, it is what it is. And actually, I say it's your fault. When someone stared, I'm like, it's because of you. It's actually because of you. It's like, doesn't it? Because alone, it never happened to me. So that kind of.
So I just have to comment. If you weren't overestimating your length and pulling out every third stroke, we wouldn't have that air gap in there to have the air being forced out. So
Right?
yes, it's your fault.
It's your fault.
Brilliant. You should realize your prick's a lot shorter than you thought. Uh,
You bring more hair than you bring something. I'm a mean bitch. I'm not even sorry about it.
I love that answer. Love that answer, Wendy.
Fuck yeah, normalize queefing. I have totally had it happen, and I'm not even ashamed to say it. It depends. You could be in a weird position, and your body just does things sometimes. Whether or not you're with somebody, don't fucking make them feel weird for it. You can't control that. Like, you can't control a whole lot of things that your body does. Why would you be concerned about it at that time? Focus on the things that you enjoy, not something you can control. If you can't fix it in like 10 minutes and they can't fix that in 10 minutes, don't bring it up. Don't bring it up.
Right,
And I'm
should I explain what quistling is?
Yeah, please do. I don't know.
All right. It's one thing I can't do. I can't put two fingers in my mouth and whistle. But I have had partners when I'm putting two fingers in, and kind of curving if they're in like sort of the doggy position, and with that I managed to get air pumping out, and it whistles between the fingers in a way to make sort of a whistling sound. So rather than call that queefing because it's involving the fingers, I call that quistling because it's sort of like a queef whistle.
Fair. I see the
I've
logic.
shared too much. I've shared too much. All right.
No. And that's the thing. I'm like, did you already sleep with someone? Like, it's not supposed to be the first time. So if you're a newbie on this one, it's not on me. And you listen to too much movies. Like, this is not happening that way. They lied to us. That's why they're surprised.
That is my prime answer to anyone that believes in happily ever after is Disney has lied to you, because there is no such thing as happily ever after. It's happily until shit goes wrong, right?
Right.
Though if you're queefing and shit's involved, something has gone wrong. Just saying.
And it's sad because the first time it happened to you, you feel so bad. You feel so embarrassed and comfortable. You don't know how to place yourself, and like you're so in your mind is so into it that you're elsewhere. You're elsewhere actually. So it's like trying to feel normal and feel like, but definitely it's something that if you really enjoy everything, just don't bring it out. Just at least just smile and do whatever way. It's like
I think
it
that
doesn't
is
hurt.
that's a brilliant reaction. If you're with your partner, if you're the penis having person or you're not the person who queefed, just if a queef happened, roll with it. Make it as it's a wonderful thing, because if no one should be feeling embarrassed if they're vulnerable enough to be having or sharing sex with a person. If you're sharing sex together, then nothing that can happen in those moments should be anything that's embarrassing. So never ever react in a way that makes your partner feel embarrassed.
Exactly. Totally. It's like someone if you're sleeping with a man and there's a moment he doesn't feel totally into it, and he can have the jank this whatever boner, and you don't laugh at him, you don't like what the fuck is happening. It's just like sometimes it happens. So we get used to the fact that what's what's going on actually, because we life and society and movies make it like the guy's always supposed to be like so hard and whatever. And but actually when you're living the real life, it happens when you put too much pressure on him. Sometimes it could happen and you
or,
just
or, or
don't.
too much alcohol,
Right.
maybe it'll go inside if I fold it in half. Just what's the other description I've heard? It's like trying to shoot pool, but instead of a pool cue, using a length of rope. Uh,
Oh my goodness.
those are descriptions that I've heard. Uh,
Uh,
let's go on to the next question, which might be our last question, unless we have more questions coming in. You out there have been doing great in giving us questions. Please make sure you comment, make sure you click like, and also think about supporting the channel. There is a link tree that is going to be start running on the bottom. That's my manager's link tree. So the first link there is says buy me a drink. Anything that's donated in the next 24 hours will be a split among all the performers that you see here tonight. So the next question that we have is, I like vanilla sex but real dirty talk during it. Is that still vanilla? And Wendy, you have the hot seat.
Depends on your definition of vanilla. I feel like the more experienced you become in the different areas of sex and the different areas of intimacy, your level of vanilla changes a little bit. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. But you could, maybe your sex isn't that vanilla. I don't know. Maybe you should rethink the term vanilla and just focus on what you like. If you like the dirty talk while you're in missionary, fucking do the dirty talk while you're missionary. Maybe missionary is not vanilla to you. You know? Who knows?
There we are. That's, I think, a good answer. I'm just going to state, why do you need to label it? If you're enjoying it, you're enjoying it. If you need to label it maybe to discuss with a partner beforehand, then discuss it in the specific terms. But vanilla is what you call vanilla. Vanilla could, for some people, include involving a blow-up sheep. I mean, that could be somebody's idea of vanilla. So you need to sort of define the actions that you consider to be vanilla. Like Wendy had mentioned missionary being vanilla. For some people, vanilla is a sheet with a hole in it in a missionary position,
right.
and that being the only thing. So again, it comes down to what your definition of vanilla is. If you're enjoying it and your partner or partners are enjoying it, then all is good. And who doesn't like a little bit of good dirty talk?
Right. Really great answer. I would add, like vanilla is the base of all the flavors. So actually, don't put yourself in the box. Just stop doing that. Don't stop. Like if you dirty talk is something that's super super cool. I love that, and it depends on one you love to hear. And stop the boxes. Just stop. You put
Nobody
stress
puts
on
baby in a
yourself.
box.
Don't put that much stress in yourself. What is vanilla? As I said, it's the base of every flavors.
Boom. We were all ice cream flavors earlier tonight,
Right?
and all of those had the base vanilla. But let's understand here if when it comes to boxes, because there's a lot of people who question whether their orientation or what they like, etc., or their gender, and it's fine if you need those boxes to make you feel like, okay, I have a home, I have a group, I feel accepted here. That's fine. Never let anyone else put you into a box. Right? Love who you want to love in the way that you want to love, and that they are willing to be they accept how to be loved. That is all that really matters, is making that connection with another person or people that you agree with, that you can understand. And I think that is the thing that we need in this world. Unless you're not faxed. If you're not faxed, please get
Forget all we
educated.
said.
Bringing it back to that point, we have answered all the questions. We have gone for close to 90 minutes at this point. As how are the two of you feeling? You feeling good?
Yes.
I'm not suffering from heat exhaustion, which has happened one other time when we had weather this hot. So I'm feeling good. Do we have any final thoughts that you want to share with the people that are out there? Foxy or Wendy, put up your hand. No, we're all good. And we want to thank you for tuning in. This has been the Love Doctor live stream number 70. I'm the Love Doctor. With me has been the fantastic Foxy Lexxi and the amazing Wendy Bonbons. Please check out their Instagrams, which I've mentioned several times through the show, but I'm just going to bring them up one more time. Foxy Lexxi Official, all one word, on Instagram. And Lexxi has 2 X's. And the links will be in the YouTube description. Please make sure that you are subscribed on YouTube so you can catch and get notifications of all the live shows. Cosmic.bonbons on Instagram. That's Wendy Bonbons Instagram channel, and with both of them you can find out about their other performances that they have scheduled coming up, as well as get to see some of their model shots. I'm the Love Doctor. I love you all. Good night.